Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I've been pressing the wrong buttons. I didn't realise we'd faded to black. That's terrible. So hopefully you enjoyed that little video clip I did of some of the samples and some of the offer deals we've got tonight. Welcome to Midweek Deals. It is Wednesday. I'm going to check the date, actually. See, it's like Wednesday the 21st of January. It's terrifying, isn't it? We're already, 3 weeks into 2026. I find that so scary. So we're here with Midweek Deals, and if you know, which I'm sure you all do and you're bored of me telling you now, Midweek Deals is an amazing deals, amazing prices. Like this one. Tonight, we have a £7 bundle. Now, it's for 4 Leanne die sets. You're saving probably over £30. You need to throw that in your basket, regardless. Even if there's one of those dies you might have, I would be putting it in my basket. If you add it to this £15 bundle that we've got at the moment, it's going to cost you £22, and that's going to be posted free. So effectively, it's free postage over £20. So that £7 bundle with a £15 bundle is costing you £2. Weird maths, but I know what I'm doing. So I should say some hellos. Hello to Jill, Salisbury, Marilyn, Linda, Sally Ann, Erica, lovely Erica. Feeling much better and loving retirement. I'm so pleased, Erica. It's better for you. Your head will get into a better space. Definitely. Janet Fellows, Snap Scan, 51. Finally home from Cyprus. I know who that is. Are you all right, babe? Right. So, Jan Flat's put her order in already. Thank you, Jan. What we said here, Samantha's got her injections tomorrow, bless her. Hope it goes well. But hi Samantha, hi Mary Smith, Zena, Avril, Jan, Jenny, Nicola, Sarah Jane. Whoa, everybody. I'm missing out. If I've missed you, I'm sorry. I try and mention if you say, Andy's just said hello. If your name pops up because you say hello Jane, I will try and say hello. I'm terrible. Excuse me at it, and I've not been very well for the last couple of days, so tummy, so please excuse me. I'm supposed to be drinking this rather than fizzy pop, so I better switch back to my water, hadn't I? So what are we talking about? These are amazing deals from Crafts2 and thingy, and I have to say our Leslie's in. Can everybody please wish our Leslie a happy birthday? She is 26 today. 26 years old, bless her, today. So please wish our Leslie a happy birthday. She's been out shopping all day, I believe. Or she told me yesterday she was going to go shopping all day. Right, the first deal tonight is a Marianne bundle, says John Looking. This is amazing. I'm going to show you the sample. So let's go to the overhead because it's so much easier. This flower, so the first die has this beautiful flower in. Look, it is. I've never designed anything as nice as this. I'm not going to lie. I just saw this and thought it is beautiful. My first demo, I thought what an absolutely wonderful sunflower it would make. How beautiful it would be. So that is the other bits of the bits in there. But look how gorgeous that flower is. Now it does come with, I'm using it in one of the demos I've got on here. It comes in this apple die as well, which I know... who messaged to say they'd already got it? I can't remember. Oh, hello, evening, Janet. Hope you and Oreo are well. Kirsty did say she'd got it. I've not got a lot of ideas for the apple, but I would buy it just for the flower. But in this, you're getting 3 die sets. You're getting this massive frame set. And unlike a lot of the Card Deco Find It Media frames, this has 4 pieces in it. So you see here, you've got all of these layers. You've got this little punched hole and all of these layers up. Absolutely beautiful. So you're getting the outside frame, which is a gorgeous frame to show you here. I've got pieces everywhere all over the place. So you've got a beautiful frame, but then you've also got this little dotted circle frame as well. And then you've got 3 squares to go in it. Absolutely perfect. But that's just one So that's that's a fiver's worth. Then you've got this beautiful frame here from Marianne, which again I'm going to use in the first demo, which is a beautiful, almost like a cartoony frame. I wish I'd have had this when we had those cartoony stamps a few weeks ago. Oh, bless. Samantha says Maggie's snoring on her knee. Sat on her knee. She's had to turn the volume up, bless her. But then you get the flower and the apple. So there's actually too much to fill A4 on this one. For £15, it is absolutely crazy. It is a beautiful, beautiful set of dies. So that is your first deal tonight. And that is just £15. You are saving over £16 because these were, I think it says £32 originally. So you're saving a massive saving on this one. This is the one to throw in. The next one is the one to throw in. This is clever. Now, I only have 3 because you're going to get 4 dies with this. But I only got 3. But each one of these dies would have originally been over £7 to start with. So they would have been over that price to start with. I mean, look at that. I think that is just an absolutely amazingly beautiful frame. It truly is gorgeous. This one, so I've used it again here because I haven't got around to the third one. So you're going to get 4 frames, 4 die sets like this, all from Leanne. £7. Oh, Oreo's asleep on Janet's lap because she's full of cold again. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think my Sammy is as well, bless him. It's coming back to everyone. The girls he works with hasn't shifted it. She shifted it for a day and it came back yesterday. So he's expecting it back today. But look how beautiful that is. Now, I know I've done this one before. I haven't done the others before. But this is a beautiful die collection. So you're going to get 4. I've got 3. So you've seen that frame there, which has those extra pieces. You've got that beautiful frame there. These are all from Leanne, from the Leabilities range. Leanne is a Netherlands designer. Absolutely gorgeous dies. The green is a non-stick coating. £7. If everybody watching isn't throwing this on, then you'd be crazy. Nicholas says, were these on sale before? I reckon that one was. That one was in a bundle. That's why we've done it this time for £7. Basically, it's buy 1, get 3 free. So you will get a random one and these 3 in that bundle. But it's a case of if you find you've got one you've had before, like that one, just simply gift it to somebody or pop it on eBay or something like that. So this is an amazing bundle. This is literally, if you think postage and packaging is £3.49. If you put this into your basket, it's £7, which is half of £3.49. So it's actually costing you £3.49 because you're putting this in to cover the postage. You're going to pay that anyway, unless you're going over £20. So that is well worth doing. And then this one is this one's £10. This is a wicked bundle, this one. This one is just £10. You're saving over £18 on this one. And you've basically got 2 die sets in here. You've got the leaf and the spiky flower. We did the rose type one before. This time it's the spiky flower, which I've done in... I've added to a couple of cards from last week because they worked so well. So this heart is still around. Oh, just ordered it. Well done, Anne. Sensible. Look what a beautiful flower it makes. That's cut in felt. But it also works... Oh, where have I put it now? Oh, I've dropped it some... There we go. It works beautifully in paper as well. It makes a bigger flower in paper because you go that little bit looser with it. Absolutely gorgeous flower die. And then this is your pop-up. Now, I'm going to show you the picture simply because I didn't have anything, and the full instructions are on there, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but I didn't have anything in this collection really to pop onto the pop-up with it. So I've struggled for time this week, I'm not going to lie to you, so I've not had time to demo it as much, but it is a brilliant mechanism. So following the instructions, this is how it's done. So this is what you get, but of course then So all I have to do, I'm going to take a little bit of glue glaze because it's quicker. Good evening, Ruth. Good evening, Susan. Nicola says I've sold her the first 2 bundles. The first 2 bundles are your real value tonight. Yeah, they are. You're talking basically £22 for 4, 5, 6, 7 die sets. £22 is ridiculous. So this is an idea for your apple, Kirsty. But look there. So that's stuck down. That closes. Yeah. So we just then, I like these dies, and for £10 it's good. It's crazy. But there, no. I've never come across an easier, I've never honestly come across an easier card blank to do, pop-up card to do. So here I've just made a bigger pop-up card, or bigger card blank, so I can put it in so it fits a full card blank. I need to glue that back on properly. So I will show you in a second. Let's glue this back on, and then I'll show you how to do it in a minute. And you're right, they are ridiculously ridiculous sale bundles, absolute bargains. So let's pop him on. Let's just close it. We'll put that to one side, and I'll show you in a bit how that works simply. But look at this. This is the other die that's included in that set. How gorgeous is that? That is a perfect... I've been watching Chateau DIY all day. I love programmes like that. And that looks like a mirror from a chateau. It really does, because it's got all that beautiful embossing work on it. So that's your 3rd bundle tonight. Absolutely crazy prices. And really, really good value. So for those, you're paying £10. I know it would have been more than £10 just for that. Even if you were just getting the little bits. And there's 2 sizes. Because off the stem can almost be a heart. Good idea, Sarah Jane. Evening, our Carol buyers. Yay. And Mountjoy loves Chateau DIY. So do I. But can anyone explain why season 6 is not on Channel 4 catch-up? Can't watch the latest season. It's really annoying me. So basically, that's our 3rd bundle tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the website like I normally do. So let's get it working right first, John. No, let's put that down. Let's click onto that. Let's put that on. So this is the link. If you go to the link... No. Oh, honestly. I'm trying to find it. There we go. So click on the link and it will take you to here. So this is the link for tonight. So these are, and remember, we have had occasions where these bundles sell out. Some of them now, because we have the full access to... we have the full access to, I've just understood that. To Crafts 2 Warehouse, we have more stock than we used to have. But some of them do sell out very quickly. So there's our £15 bundle. There is our, what? It's not an apple. That's supposed to be a water lily leaf. It's not supposed to be an apple. It's Petra's water lily. I didn't realise that. There's the gift card. Really nice size. I'm going to use that one. There's that one. Honestly, literally, just click on that one. Just go add to basket. But look, we're already getting out of stocks of some of the... I mean, £5. These Marianne dies, 24.72. 24.72 these were. They were more than that, because we always round them up to 99s. But some of these are out of stock. These are beautiful. There's one I spotted here on the second page, I think. Love these with those rotational sections. Again, amazing value. Absolutely beautiful dies. So add some of those into your basket, but whatever you do, do what I've done and make sure you get hold of that Leanne. because at £7, it is absolutely ridiculous. And there you go. Shipping is £3.49. Yeah. So you're paying £3.49 for shipping. That's why I'm saying, if you put in to your basket, that first one, say. So if I add that to my basket and go to my basket, look, no postage, free shipping, £22. Yeah. Whereas if I take that one out, I'm paying £15 plus £3.49, so I'm paying £18.49. I might as well pay an extra £2.50 and have that bundle. So that's your best thing to do. That's honestly the cheapest and the easiest way to go through it, and it's definitely what I'd recommend. Carol Byers says the Marianne dies always cut well. The Marianne dies cut like an absolute dream. They are beautifully, beautifully made dies. And to be honest with you, the Leanne Creative ones cut beautifully as well. So what was I going to do first? First of all, I was going to do with that beautiful, what we've now discovered is a water lily. Which I didn't realise. So there we go. But one of the things I wanted to show you is sometimes you will find, and I'm going to bring these dies in, these are really, really detailed dies. And that means that they are an absolute bugger to get out because there's so much detail. If you look in there, how much detail there is. So the first time I cut these, I always cut them into anything with a lot of detail like this. I will always cut it into a piece of wax paper. So I've got myself a little bit of wax paper, and it doesn't, this is a big thing that people, just in my opinion, seem to get wrong. I read in so many Facebooks and so many forums where people go, oh, if a die isn't cutting, use wax paper. It'll cut it. It doesn't help it cut. It helps it fall out. That's all it does. Oh, thank you. Marilyn says she's ordered. This is crazy. Not ordering something from tonight would be crazy because the value is just off the chart. And like I say, for £7, I mean, I don't know because I don't drink coffee. But wax on, wax off, love it, Anne. But I know Sammy is spending nearly £7 probably a day getting a coffee on his way to work in the morning. It's absolutely ridiculous, some of the prices. So to be able to get 4 beautifully made dies for that price is crazy. So like I say, I sound like a car salesman, but throw them in. I would hate anyone to miss out on those. Oh, good evening, Crafty Whippet. Have we got our Craftaholic? I haven't spotted it yet. If you're in, say hello, Craftaholic. It's my favourite name. I've always said I want to steal that name. I want to steal that Facebook name. So can you see, look, honestly, these would be an absolute, because of the level of detail and their petals, these would be an absolute nightmare to peel out sometimes. If they wouldn't be, but they'd take time without using the wax paper. So always use the wax paper. It's the biggest recommendation I can give you, just for doing something this detailed, because when I take that off, you can see now why it's a water lily. Anne Mountjoy, my son spent £10 to buy a coffee on order, and when it arrived it was cold. I mean, £10 for a coffee. I mean, that's, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'd rather spend more money on my hobby and make a coffee at home. I don't drink hot drinks, so it doesn't matter to me. So what I've done is I've cut this. I've done it a couple of times in I've done it in 2 yellows. So I've cut this die. But this, if you think about it, this is only a £5, and I can see now that is a water lily leaf now. That makes makes sense. Jana, you've said my comments have stopped, but I can see your comments, if that helps. So I'm going to do it as well. I've done it in a bright. So I thought we'd have a couple of sunflowers and a brown centre. But I thought there's a lot you can, you don't have to do just one flower. So I thought, right, make a nice sunflower this. So just put the two together. Very different. Beautiful level of detail in this is crazy. This is why you need this one. So I thought, just put those two together, put that in, it's a little bit sunflowery, but if I just mould and put that in, I get a really full flower. And I'm going to do it again. So I've cut it twice, I've rotating it, but it doesn't hurt at all. Put that in, and then I'm going to take my flower moulding foam, my brown centres, and my ball tool. And Mountjoy's saying she wouldn't pay it. You could buy 2 jars for that. I'm sure you could. Say I'm not a coffee drinker, and I have spent a lot in times on the pop that I like to drink. So, I'm not going to pretend that I'm that careful all the time myself. But I thought these looks just like that. Just push it in a little bit. It's like a sunflower. I thought, what a beautiful flower. We can just get something bright and sunny because we need something a little bit bright and sunny at the minute, don't we? Oh, that's good. Susan, we're all right. We can breathe a sigh of relief. Susan's getting the comments back, which is good. It annoys me when that happens. It happened to me a couple of months ago constantly, and I couldn't see what people were saying. So, that's really kind, Malcolm, or J Malcolm V7Q. I love the names that they have that YouTube sets you. Says lovely dies. These are, and the price is ridiculous. I mean, I know for a fact, I can think of an actual designer that this flower you could get from, and it would be more than the £15 we're charging for the lot. It's crazy, but look, no inking, no colouring, no shading. I've done nothing to that, yeah? And doesn't that look realistic? Doesn't that look... I mean, I'm stealing the idea. Just like I stole the haberdashery, I am definitely stealing the idea of putting more little miniature lines in my stuff. So I'm going to use... I like to do everything from the same one, because I think that's only fair. So here I've got the frame, and I've already cut this out. So this is, again, the frame from exactly the same set. So this is included for your £15. And I've cut it out solid. But you're also getting a separate piece in this to cut either a lift for it or a frame. And I thought, ooh, it'll actually make a really nice sort of almost slide-in frame. So take a long piece of tape like we normally do. It is an apps, thank you. Everyone's saying beautiful flower. It really is. I'm jealous that I didn't design it. But then we're all a bit like that at times, aren't we? You'll find a lot of us thinking, oh, I wish I'd designed that. So let's just stick that down. So I've got a piece of sort of like dark brown here, because it doesn't hurt. And I'm just going to run that through. I'm just running it through my Kaleido. Every single die we've got on offer tonight will fit through a 5-inch. Good evening, Craftaholic. I'm not going to read out your real name. That's not real. You're Craftaholic to me. I hope you're well. I hope everything's going okay. I think you've had some better news, haven't you, which is good. But look, beautiful little frame. I'm going to grab some sepia because we're using brown and a sentiment. I must do some new sentiments. I need some bigger, like this sort of size sentiments. I might do gorgeous flowers, but I think I'm going to say I think this is nicer than ones I've done. I'm not going to pretend. Credit where credit is due. Oh, bless. There we go. Really nice. Little bit of spray glue. But I just want to do, and I'm doing this on purpose, I'm slightly offsetting it. So I get, can you see, a little bit of shadowing. So it shows that it's not just a standard piece at the back. Yeah? So, a little bit again, foam tape, because it's me and because I can. And then I've got here, little matten layer I've made. Putting in that yellow, let's put our little thing on. We've got, did I make a card blank? Have I made a card blank? I haven't. Oh well. Let's see if that will fit. If not. There we go. Let's see what this is and we'll cut it down. Give it a measure. What is it? Oh, nearly 6. Nearly 6, there we go. A little bit of wet glue on there. Loving this, there we go. So just onto a 5 by sort of nearly 6-inch card blank. So this would be a 6-inch commercially bought card blank. Oh, I'm going to have to order myself some more glue glaze and 3D glue gel. Best for flowers, best when they're sort of even slightly heavy like this. But really clean and simple card and project, but keeping to that 3 theme. 3s always seem to work. Good evening, Emma. I hope you're well. There we go. But a beautiful flower and a beautiful frame. And it frames it nicely, it stands out, and it looks like you've got sort of like a sunflower type thing, or as it said originally, a water lily, but simple and easy to cut. And that's just using this £15 bundle. And we haven't even touched the larger frame, because I'm going to use that from one of the other ones. So let's pull this in now. Right. So that's that bundle. I now want to move that one to one side, because I'm going to use this one. So remember, throw the £7 bundle in. Don't be fool and miss out on that one. Oh, bless, I hope you had a good day at work, Emma. At £7, you'd be daft to miss out on this one. You're going to get 4 die sets. But what I'm going to do now is I want to use from the next bundle, because I did say I'd show you. This is so clever. This is genuinely so clever. I'm going to grab, first of all, so we're going to make a mirror. So this is your pop-up card. Now, there are full instructions in English on the back, and it works. Oh, thank you. Susan says a nice fresh looking card. That's what I thought, Susan. I thought it really is fresh and bright. So all I want to do to start with is just to cut out this frame. It's really beautiful how this has been done. Yeah, Black-Eyed Susan, it reminds me of in yellow. Nice idea, Sarah Jane. So I'm just going to cut that out. And then said we're going to make a mirror. So grab a piece of scrap. And these both are the new Craft Artist, or the back in stock Craft Artist cards. The frozen and thingy. Frogs from last week would look good on the lily pad. Oh, what a brilliant idea. Nicola, if you got those, have a crack at that. I'd love to see that. So I'm going to cut my mirror, and I'm going to cut my mirror frame. So I'm going to put those on. And close it. Right, so the instructions for this, I'm just going to cut the 2 pieces. We just cut these 2 pieces. These are your pop-up bits. You can use them inside literally any card. The instructions tell you something to make a sort of short base, and I didn't like that. So you can follow those instructions or follow mine, which is nice and simple. So we'll go through that in a second. So here is my mirror section. Beautifully clear mirror. This one I want to emboss. So I'm just going to emboss it using my embossing sandwich. And get all of our pieces together. The funny thing is, I've got them all prepped here behind me. But I love to show how things cut. But when it's embossed, everything comes out of this one. Yay! Craftaholics back into chat. There we go. But look, it does look like a Chateau DIY mirror. I'm going to tell frame. And again, you could use anything for that. And of course, you can use them together to make just a frame so it goes over something. For this, I wanted it to go sort of on top. So I'm just going to take a couple of bits of foam tape and fit it in exactly. So there is my beautiful French style mirror. We'll do it that way up because I've managed to let the tape mark it a little bit, so I'll put some flowers on to cover that. So now I want to do the card. So the instructions tell you to take a piece of A4 card, cut off 7.5 centimetres, cut it in half, and then score it at 15 centimetres. That to me is a lot of hassle. So I'm going to tell you my way of doing it, which is basically cut a piece of A4 card in half, which is 4 1/8 inch. Yep, and then fold that in half. Nice and simple. Okay. Really, really easy. And then what I've done is, where have I put those pieces now? This is why I should never move pieces when I've prepped things. Where are you? Where are you? Where have you got? Oh, there you are. I've prepped a couple of mats and layers that will fit on nicely. So, oh, good evening, Maureen. So don't forget, I have got Craft Cave on afterwards. So we are going with Craft Cave afterwards. So just putting a mat and layer on, nice and simple. I'm going to put one inside as well. Here we go. So let's just pop that in. There we go. So there we've got nice top opening card, and I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to put 3 of the little sort of rosy flowers on like that. But I'll show you how to make those up in a minute. But it's how do we put that pop-up on? Now obviously you could have hundreds of things you want to put as a pop-up, but I'm just going to show you the mechanism, and we'll put the leaf, the apple that's not an apple in. So I'd literally just fold 2, 3, 4. That's it. Don't worry, full instructions are on there. And then glue down, glue it into a square. Simple as that. And then that, you glue that square and that square. It's all in the back on the instructions. And you put that where you want your pop-up to be, against the fold. Yep. And close it. And leave that for a couple of minutes to dry. Now obviously, I've got one here that I've prepared earlier. But that looks so stylish actually, the apple just standing up. But then, because the glue grabs relatively quickly, says John, trying to make sure it does. There we go. There is our square. Once that's glued, You then fold that piece in to strengthen it and make it stand up. So that will then stay stood up like that. See? It'll still close, but that little piece keeps it stood up. So just make sure we get that to glue on properly. Yeah, so that's on like that. And then, of course, I'm going to fold that little bit down. And you've got the smaller one as well. So I've got a smaller one. So if I wanted to have something smaller on the front, or I wanted to have something smaller to one side, you've got two different pieces. You can use them hundreds of times, like on the picture. So just like it's been used on that, so all of that folds flat. But again, it's got that shorter piece at the front. I think that's in case you want to leave it like that. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to put the smaller one in. Let's put a little bit of glue. I think I might have to order some more of all of the glues. Onto there, there we go. And just give that a little bit of a press. There you go. And then we've got our stand up. Oh, it says John, leaving it on the picture so you can't see. Sorry. Go on to that one. That's it. So I've just glued that in just like that. Yeah. And of course they'd say to pop that in so that it's permanently stood up like that, which I don't obviously want. So we can just pop that out if you don't want it permanently stood up. So there is my little pop-up section. Folds completely flat. There is my front. And I'm just going to pop on my mirror that I've done. There we go. Yeah, I've solved it now. Sorry, Samantha. Oh, good evening, Moira. Let's put that down there. And then I'm just going to add with the 3D glue gel. But what a clever idea. So I'm going to add in the little spiky flowers that I've cut in felt. So I'm going to show you them, because these are so easy to run up together and do. But that is the pop-up using the other die in this. But how clever is that? I never thought of that. I thought you have to make all sorts of folds and cuts and everything. But doing that, I thought, was really, really clever. And of course, I've ignored their measurements. I've gone with mine, but you could do whatever you wanted to. But we've got our little chateau mirror there. But I said I would show you how the flowers work together. So, and of course, remember, you've got a tiny one as well. Let's put them back on the board. Otherwise, I'll completely use them. Good evening, our Dawn. I hope you're well. So here I've got two cut already. So I've cut these out of red felt, but they will work just as well in card. If you're cutting them in card, use your wax paper to start with. It will really help. And what you want to do is just, a lot of people with felt will use or tell you to use hot glue. I don't use hot glue because I've burnt myself too many times. But the trick is, the normal super tacky glue will glue them down, but it's the end bit that's really difficult. Well, there we use the 3D glue gel because that grabs straight away. So what you want for this are reverse tweezers. So reverse tweezers, they come in the flower moulding kit. So everybody, if you got that, you've probably got them. But they only open when you press them. They open a lot easier than that if you haven't got a lot of glue jammed on them, if you didn't make hundreds of these flowers earlier like I did. And all you do is grab your flower, just like that, and roll. See why I said use reverse tweezers? Because I don't have to keep grabbing. And the tighter you roll, the smaller the flower. The looser you roll, the larger it is. Once you get so far, you can just carry on rolling, which I tend to do with the bigger one, and then just glue gel. See now why you need to. So glue gel. So let's just roll the last bit. Glue gel on that circle and push that down onto it, and then just push down, and you get the beautiful flower that way. And again, this is included in the same set for £10. Such a clever set of dies, these from Marianne. So I'm just going to roll that up. Nice and simple. As I said, the looser you are, the bigger the flower. So we just roll that round, nice and simple. A little bit of 3D glue gel. 3D glue gel solves the problem. Wherever you would have to use hot glue, you can use the glue gel because it will grab straight away. So there we have our 2 new flowers. And there we go. A beautiful little card and little pop-up. Oh, that's a clever idea. Samantha Hughes, she loves those tweezers. She uses them all the time to thread needles. Oh, what a good idea. I'd never have thought of that. You see, you're not just a pretty face, our Samantha, are you? I'm not going to say what Dave would say to that. I've got a needle threader because my eyesight doesn't let me thread needles anymore. Too much crafting. But there we've got beautiful frame and the pop-up. And of course, like I said, with this picture, this is one that's made with this die from Marianne. What a beautiful collection she's made all together using that and putting it all together. Right, so... No, let's go back onto that one. Now I have to find... No, that's what we're going to do. So now I want to switch on to using these beautiful dies. I know I've done this one before, but it is just so cool. So these are the Leanne dies. These are £7. These are ridiculous. Oh, hi, go. Leslie's, the grandchild's just left. Bless her. He means well. She wouldn't be without the grandkids. She really wouldn't. So, excuse me, just going to take a piece of coconut white. I've cut this to 5.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to put the framing on its own. Just love this as an effect. It works so, so well. So just taping it down, and I'm just going to run it through and die cut it. Just as normal. These are, like I said, beautiful dies. I've got a little bit of silver here, a little bit of pink. And so first things first, I want to pop that out. Thank you, Anne. Oh, I love that. Leslie has the right attitude with grandchildren. It's lovely when they visit, but it's nice when they go home. So what I'm going to do now is cut myself a silver one. So I don't need to emboss this or anything. It's not that fancy. It looks so much better just cut. So I'm just going to cut this. And while that's running through, let's just take away the waste. They're such beautiful, delicate frames. But this is such an... These Leanne dies are such a wonderful way to make complex cards or to make very, very simple cards very quickly that look very, very effective. So we've got our white piece. And I've kept, and I want to keep my waste piece. It's 5.5, wasn't it? So I'm going to cut this one to 5.5 1/8. And I'm just going to spray glue this onto it. just for speed. There we go. Nice and simple. We're just going to pop that out. Oh, Jane Briggs, I had my grandchildren both days at the weekend. My brain's just recovered. Yeah, that sounds about right. My nan used to have me on a Friday, and then I used to stay over Friday night. So I think she used to have me from school on a Friday. I used to stay over Friday night and Saturday afternoon. And my mum or my dad would come and pick me up from my nan's on a Saturday afternoon after when Final Score was on. Because my granddad always liked to watch that because he liked the racing. I don't know why he watched Final Score because it was football. But look how beautiful that was. And I bet she was exhausted. I bet they were, bless them. So you see there how beautifully it cuts and it works in that gloss card. So this is our silver gloss card that's just come back into stock. Talking of that, I'm going to be using that in Craft Cave. Going to be going through another one of our Leslie's. Thought that was just stunning. So I'm going to be making that in Craft Cave at 7. Or a version of it, my version of it. So join me at 7 o'clock for that. Over on John Next Door Official. It won't be on Art of Craft this week. It'll just be on John Next Door Official. There we go. Samantha, that can't be true. Your grandkids can't all be working. You're not old enough for that to be the case. It looks like music notes. It does actually. Again, change the colours. Great for what we were saying, talking about last week. Great for men's cards. But look how easy. What I mean, that's 2 die cuts. It's literally just 2 die cuts. I don't have to, I know I could drop this piece back in, but I think I like this just like that. Jan, she's got 6 grandchildren. Whoa. We should have a competition to see who's got the most. Who do we feel the most sorry for? So I'm just going to ink that stamp. I'm going to use the same one again. Simple Sentiment works every time. There we go. But what a beautiful, quick. And of course, we could put flowers there. There is the perfect place for flowers. So I could grab, if I so happen to have some already cut, as if I'd already prepared it, one of the water lilies in the same colour. This time I'm just going to fold it. Wow, Samantha Hughes. Our Alex is 18 in April and he's the youngest. Whoa. I feel sorry for my mum. She hasn't got any because she's only got me. So a little bit of glue glaze in the middle. Just going to add that in. Let's get our foam again. And just shape our flower shape. And add that in the centre. But how quick and pretty is that as a card? No, she doesn't, does she, Anne? I agree with you on that one. So I'm just going to put that on the point of almost like the foliage going there. And then simple again. Remember, if you want to make a quick, and I almost call this quick and dirty. It's not the right word, but if you want to make a quick card blank, yeah? You can make a 5 3/4 inch card blank from A4 card really easily. And sometimes that's the easiest and cheapest way to do it. Certainly if you want to make a quick card. So I've got a piece of A4 card here. I've folded it in half. I'm going to cut it to 5 3/4, which will nicely fit that and give me just a little border all round. And it's perfect. That's all I actually need. So you don't have to go absolutely crazy. Oh, I forget how many are Leslie. Oh no, Lynn, she's got 3 grandchildren, 22, 27 and 28, and 2 great-grandchildren. Susan doesn't have any, so she's got great niece and nephews, 14 down to 3. Yet my mum has the same. She has great niece and nephew. Well, she has 2 great nieces. My cousin Rachel, my favourite cousin. She's actually the only cousin I know and I've spoken to in years since I was a kid. She has 2 twins, Edith and Flora. So they call my mum Granny Eileen, which I think is absolutely lovely. But there we go, an absolutely beautiful. Good evening, Heather. Don't worry about what time you join us. We appreciate anybody joining us. But this is just using one of the die, not even all of the bits, because remember, you get the 2 flourishes in this. So you get the 2 flourishes in that. So that's just using one of those dies at £7. So this is why I say make sure whatever you're doing, throw that £7 bundle into your basket. It's absolutely crazy. Leslie's got the right idea. That would be as nice as a notelet set, John. Do you know it would? That would make a beautiful notelet set. And again, they'd sell a lot better than these fancy cards. People don't really want the fancy card. They don't want to pay for the fancy cards. But that without the flower, even flat little notelets, just a note, would work really, really well. Michael, sorry I'm late. What have I missed? 3 amazing bundles, Michael. It's almost like you primed for this one. Our first one tonight was the Marianne bundle, which had that beautiful frame in it from Card Deco, that gorgeous Marianne frame, and that flower that we used. So we made this card using that bundle. And this is just £15. So this is what we've made tonight. So remember, you can always watch the back. You can always watch it back on YouTube now. Yeah. Then we use that £7 bundle. This is the one I'm saying, throw this in. If you add this into that first £15 bundle, it'll be £22 delivered to your home free. And that will give you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 die sets for £22. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah. It's like £3 each. That's it. Crazy. This is the card we made from that second one. And then you've got that amazing £10. If you wanted all of the bundles we've got on tonight, it would cost you £32. And in the UK, that would be delivered. And that would be delivered to you free. So there we've made this one using that beautiful mirror frame and the pop-up section. So you can see there we've got that water lily leaf, which looks like an apple, as the pop-up section. Absolutely beautiful. Those are the 3 bundles. As I said, tonight, everything, there are some amazing deals over on the website. So some amazing deals over on the website. So it's worth having a look. I've got a basket there already set up. I better take them out, hadn't I, really? Otherwise, I'll be stopping people getting them. Although they can take them out of your basket. It's not yours till you check out. That's the way the Art of Craft website works. So you can see there, you can get some of them individually if you want to. But these, again, these are going out of stock really quickly. Absolutely beautiful Marianne dies. £5, £4, £5. Absolutely gorgeous dies. So there's lots of different options on there. So thank you for joining me tonight, guys. Join me in 5 minutes time over on John Next Door Official for the Craft Cave, where we'll be doing more things with the Round Square Corner new collection we launched on Sunday. I'll be telling you all about the new workshop place, which is in Royston in Barnsley, and it's all day workshop. You get a tea, cake and drinks when you get there. You get hot lunch like soup. They're catering you a hot lunch, and you'll make 3 projects with me, and I think it's 50 quid or something. It's really good value workshop, and I'll be giving you all the details of that. So that's all in Craft Cave later, and also details of the fact that I'll be on Hobby Craft TV. I will get it right on Monday as well with something new, a new paper collection. So that's really good. So join